Because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, I found the one that I sent on the chart with the video last night. You can see the ABCD up at, it was trading at 115.29 to 115.30. It got all the way down to 115.15, which was about $500 profit at one time. The worst would have happened is you would have been at break even, but it was an ABCD. It missed the 382 on this one, so it still has power. And as I showed you just a little bit ago, it looks got a chance to go to 117 and change. And that would make the U.S. Treasury very happy. That means they could unload a lot of Treasury bonds up there at that price if they, in fact, get that chance. Okay, now let's get back and take a look at a few other things that we're watching today. I've already talked about the Russell. Also, I wanted to mention to you here, we have a potential trade set up right now, folks. We're going to see if it's going to work or not, but this is the kind we like to see. This is natural gas. And this is with the AI program, and it's been following perfectly, so that's why I'm looking at it. There it is right now. We got a little bit more to go to the upside. Let's see if we can find a trusty little ABCD pattern in here that will get us up to the promised land, and we'll just get one right back here from yesterday's low to today's, and today's low. And it should tell us that we should get here at 904, and by golly, we're at 3036. So you'd be a seller here at 304, and you put a stop at 307. You risk about $300 American dollars. But the AI, remember, has been following pretty nicely. You can see here, it's pretty good. You know, it's just basically, you know, repetition of what happened a few days ago. So that's one that is looking really interesting here today. And this is a good one to trade. Its margin is good, great volatility. This move today, folks, is CO3 to 6. That's a $700 move equivalent to 15 points, you know, in the S&P. Okay, so let's keep an eye on that one. Now, the crude oil has been under a great deal of pressure. As you can see, it just keeps breaking down. We've had the 382 from yesterday, the other 382 from yesterday, and now we're coming down to get to some pretty good support here. Let's just take a quick look at it. And you'll see it. We're coming down now for 7 days. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to go to the 4-hour chart and look at this, because we should be pretty close to a significant bottom. Now there was the big 382 that we had. You remember that one off of this high, ABCD right at the 382. Had a couple small ones in here, but now we're coming down here ready to take out the June low. That's right here at 64.12. That's only a point away from where we are right now. So I really believe that you have to wait for that to happen. We haven't taken out the lows of July as of yet. That's just very, very close, and we're getting close to that. What I did on the video is I used the 60-minute chart to show you that this is the area where you're going to be watching it right here. This is at 64.72. That's down 50 cents from where we are right now. When I mentioned that, all I'm doing is I'm watching all of the ABCD patterns coming together, ABCD, all of them coming together, and the way they're going to be looking at them is right down there at 64.72. We'll just draw it in so you can see the last several days. There it is. There it is, 64.80. Okay, same thing. We do another one right behind it, right here. You'll see, draw this one in. That one comes in just a little bit lower than that at 64.67. So you got some really good support coming in here at that level. So far, the low today has been 65.08. So we got a little bit more to go here in the crude oil to see if it's going to reach what we think is a valid place to put a long position on. We didn't get any 382. Well, I don't know if we did or not. I didn't look at it very much this morning because I was busy in the other markets. There's a 13-minute here this morning. This is from yesterday, okay? Let's just see if we had a 382 here. So I can see we did. There it is right there. There it is this morning, right there on the money, and then down it came again. Looks like, my gosh, well, I can't do everything, folks. Anyway, we'll just move up here. We had another one, looks like it was right here also, from the high, and then down to the low, and another one right at the 382. So that's what it's doing. It's writing its own epitaph, as they say in the trade, as we're watching these things here unfold. Okay? All right, now let's get over here and talk a little bit about this British pound, because it did something that we talked about, and I hope it made some sense, but this is what we were watching. Remember, we bought it right here, okay? We sold it right there because that was a 382, and we said look to buy a 382 retracement of this move right here. Now, we got a 61% retracement of this one today. That was real early in the morning, okay? But we didn't quite get the 382 off of the real bottom. So if you moved it like that, you'll see that it misses it. Oh my God, it hit it, and I missed it. Oh gosh, that's my bad. Wow, there it is right there. There's your three. Well, get this other one out of the way here. No, that's the one I want to see. Hold on, get this out of the way, and you'll see. Well, I missed that, and I had it in the video. What did I do wrong? Well, late night jitters, I guess. There's your low. Yeah, it went right to the exact 382. There it is right there. And it's moved considerably, so it's still heading higher. And we took our profits up in here, if you remember, and we've been waiting to get this 382, and I missed it. I thought it only made the 61% retracement of this last night, and I didn't do the calculation until just now. There was a 382 off of this, and that's it. Strong trending markets, folks. This is a really good friend to have. So that's what we want to be watching here today. Okay, now let's come over here and we'll take a look here at the stop and P, okay? Because we're at a real critical level right now. There was the high. Let's just get this up here, to get up here so we can see this. All right. Now I'm just going to forget this because you see it's suggesting we're going to be heading down. That doesn't mean very much because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Let's come up here and look at this on the 13-minute chart, and we're going to find out if this was a 382 retracement of the high that we made right there. There was a high. That was a high that was made the early morning this morning at 3 o'clock, okay? All right, now move this over. That's 3 o'clock New York, by the way. Then the market has broken down, and the rally back has been to the 382 right here at 39. We came all the way down here. We're still trading at 36. This is the first time in a long time that we have a tiny bit of bearishness here in the market, okay? And it's given up quite a bit. It's given up 75 points, folks, in one day. Remember, it went up 100 and some points in one day, down 1,200 points, then up 120, and then down 80. I mean, this is what they call in practical terms, a bearish market. Now, I mean, wild action, and that's what you'd really like to be watching. Okay, so let's pay attention to that as we look at. We'll be right back, folks. 877-927-6648.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is the NASDAQ. You know, it's been the strongest. We have wild swings, folks. You can see 2340 down here. 380 points is nothing in an hour. Now you can see from the high that we made last night up there at 23.4. We're going to look at that in just a second. The rally back is exactly 382. I don't know if stuff like that would be helpful in your trading or not, but you know, once in a while it happens, and that's what you want to be looking for. The ideal situation is a strong trend down and then have a few bars. You don't want to go up and hit it the first time like you almost did here. You want to let it go 5, 6, 7, 8 bars. The more bars, the better. And that tells you there's more selling coming into it, and that's what you want to be watching. Now, we got a potential here to make a little ABCD here later in the day, but it's still quite early in the morning, and we could easily do that without any trouble because the market still has some a bullish bias to some extent. Okay, now we've been asked to take a look at a couple of stocks here. First of all, by the way, Paula Webb will be our guest today. Get up here, and we want to take a look at Tesla. Is in the news again about robo-taxis. I guess I just put this on a rotating thing to look at because everybody wants to see it. Well, it's doing absolutely nothing today. It looks like, well, this is an 8-minute chart. Larry, why don't you put up the daily and see what it's doing? It's actually down a little bit on the day, really doing very, very little. Another one in the news, of course, is Apple. And I guess it's the same three people calling in to ask about these three stocks, but we're going to cover them anyway. Here's Apple, and there's where we are with Apple, and it's probably down because it's been under. Oh, it's actually, what is it doing today? What is this? This is a little 8-minute chart, so it's actually up a little bit. You can see it backed off a little bit, and following the nice little numbers, a pullback here. Looks like it was exactly 61% retracement. See, this is a really good trade for the opening price, folks. If you trade stocks, there's your open, okay? And you pull back, you're at the 618 and you're above the open. The odds of that trade working are better than, 80%. So if you bought it there, you got a point profit in it. Now that's not a lot, but when you're trading a lot of shares and on a shorter time frame, that's what you're trying to do as you see these things here unfold. Okay. I hope that helps when we look at some of these things, because that's what I try to do when I walk through these. The last one we have is Goldman Sachs. Well, actually, there's two. We've got Goldman Sachs and then also NVIDIA, the stock that never goes down. Let's get that in NVIDIA first. Goldman Sachs starts with GS. There it is. Let's get this daily up. High had been 726. And we're only at 719, folks. It has hardly backed off at all. Look at that. Look at this on a hourly chart. It's a little intraday anyway. You can see we had a move down. Then today's high, you can see it opened higher and now it's lower. So if you move to this level right here, it opened at the exact 786, then it came down, and then the little rally that we've had, remember this is $700 handle, so that's a big one. And you will see the rally back after the early morning low was, guess what? There it is again. Thing really pops up once in a while, folks. You might want to pay attention to that little thing because it's a darn good thing to look at. Okay, we got that out of the way. We got the Apple out of the way. And what else? We got a few other things that are happening that are quite exciting. I got to do them one at a time because otherwise I'll forget. I had one other stock, and then we'll be right back with some. I want to cover some currencies here, but IBM, I haven't looked at this, but someone's asked me to take a look at it. It's in a downtrend, and it's going lower, folks. That's this is a daily. You know, it just doesn't have. Now, had a beautiful ABCD. You can see the ABCD that we had right here. This is what I'm talking about, folks. Every place I look, I see nothing more than all of these monster ABCD patterns. That's why I have to remain bearish, for God's sakes. I mean, you look at any of them, all the different countries and everything, they all have this pattern. I've never seen that before. You know why? It's never happened before. So let's keep away that. And that doesn't mean it's going to go down. It just means that, you know, that pattern happens to be present. And that's a little thing that you have to pay sort of close attention to. Okay, now let's move over here. And let's get back to the currency we want to look at. We looked at the pound. Now we want to look at the euro because it's been much weaker than the pound. Pound has been hanging in there, doing pretty good things. The euro, here's where we are. Get the euro up. I'm going to put the daily. Okay, now we have, I've got to update this. Sorry, folks, because I was doing work in the yen today. There's some problems here because that's impossible because they don't leave gaps in the foreign exchange. Hold refresh. 2 year, maybe there it is. Okay, there's the action that we've had here. We had the ABCD, and then you can see the rally here. We're going to go to the hourly chart so we can see it a little better here. And you'll see there's where we are on the hourly. We just did the same thing. Now, I hadn't checked this morning to see, let me clean this out, to see if the pullback here, see, we didn't get a 382 here for sure. This made a little bit higher high, so this might have made the 382. Now, let me see if it did or not. No, you didn't do it. See, we did it in the pound. The pound hit it perfectly, but the euro didn't. So that was one of the things to look at. Now, if you're trading both of them, you know, you shouldn't trade both of them anyway. You should pick one. The reason why, if you're both long the pound and long the euro, that means you're double short the U.S. dollar. And that's why you want to be very, very careful. So pick the one that's the weakest, and that's the one you should probably go with. My opinion, of course, and I'll stand by it. That's what we're paying close attention to. One other one, I want to talk about it, but I'm afraid if I do. By the way, folks, I'm going to be doing a live show here this Friday, and I'm going to do something I haven't done before. I'm going to share a couple of secret things. I'm only going to do it on that program one time. So if you want to watch it, I think you'll get your money's worth. It's got a tiny bit of 382, but it's got a kicker in there that is really, really important. It's in the news all the time, and it really helps decide risk on, risk off. And I'm going to share that with you folks in the live session. Later on, when the a couple of days or weeks or months or years go by, I'll share it with some other folks. But first of all, I'm going to share it with the folks that come into the live trading. We've been pretty good, folks. We've had 18 of those days, and of the 18, we've been right in 14 long, and we've been wrong on 4. Last week, we had a really good run on the last day, on the 25th of July. It was a real wild day. We caught some really nice ones. Anyway, that's what we're watching here so far, and I don't want to, well, all right. All right, here's one. There's a potential, folks, and a potential here is with a giant cheek in the mouth. Okay, this is gold. Just made a new high today, okay? Now, there's a tiny, remember, this is just an 8-minute chart. There's a new high in the gold by $4, okay? Old high here was back at $34.40. Then we went from $34.44 all the way down. We dropped $17, okay? Oh, excuse me, $13. But on the right back, you see the ride back? It didn't get any higher than the 382. Now that, I know you might think this is part of what that thing is about I'm going to be talking about yesterday, but this is really important. We couldn't get any higher than 382 in a market that's going nuts to the upside. Now, it might do it, but for this hour, it hasn't. So you know what your risk is at that point, and that's what we're watching. Here's an example. On the way up, look at this. Watch this, folks. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. 877-927-6648, and we'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, we're back, folks. I believe we have PT Webb in the house. Paula, how are you?
Good. How are you, Larry?
Living the dream on the green side of the grass. Always the best way to go.
That's
what do you have
sure.
for us today, PT? Hey, how's the book coming along? It's almost ready?
Well, we're getting there. That's all I can say.
Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah. I'm going to try and wrap it up in the next couple weeks. Hopefully, I was going to try and get it done this week. So keep your fingers crossed.
I always do.
So, well, I'm not as much of a perfectionist as Mark Douglas was.
Oh.
And
drove me nuts.
He wrote Trading in the Zone in your house, a lot of it. So, but I do want to make the book really good. So, just a little more patience, and we'll get there. So, what I thought I'd kind of mention today is, I get a lot of emails from traders that say, I keep making the same mistakes, or I know better than this, but, I keep moving my stops, or I don't follow my rules. And one of the ways to overcome that and to kind of de-energize those habits is to create a ritual. Now, I think Mark used to call it a regimen in the morning, but I call it a ritual. And for anyone who has any kind of religious background, and it doesn't matter, how extensive or how little, the word ritual. And a ritual is usually something that's considered sacred in terms of religion. And so for traders to create a sense of ritual that they need to go through every morning before they put on that first trade, you don't have to be religious to subscribe to this. All I'm saying is to create a ritual or a regimen, whatever word you want it, or whatever term you want to use, where you have to follow a certain pattern of behavior and activity before you put on your first trade. Now, a lot of people say, well, what did Mark do and what do you do? And I tell them, okay, I get up, I get showered, I get dressed, I go down, I make my tea or my coffee, depending on what mood I'm in. I do my prayers, my visualization. I have a list. What do I want to accomplish today in my trading? What can I do better than I did yesterday in my trading? So I have a checklist of everything I'm going to go through. Now, I know a lot of you say, well, I have a checklist. No, you have a checklist for your methodology. You have a checklist just for your analysis and your research. You don't have a checklist to be mentally prepared up here. You don't have a checklist to be a warrior winning trader before you put on your first trade. And that's a ritual. That is a sacred ritual that every trader has to adapt and instill in their mindset and their soul, that they know they're going to be the best trader they can be every single morning. So that's what I wanted to share with you folks today, because this is something that's really important for traders to step into. If you don't have a sacred ritual that prepares you in your mind and your heart, it isn't going to matter, what methodology that you have, because it's just going to go out the window, because you won't be able to apply it because you're not ready to trade. So that's my sermon.
I watch Mark do it every day. He trained me to do it, and it only takes me a few minutes, but I never miss. It's like breathing for me, and it doesn't, some days you're still going to have bad days, but it gets you back on track to know the next day you're that much closer to the next winning trade, because it's not about how much you make, it's how much money you don't lose. Anyway, listen, when you come on next, please give us some more information about the book. I get more comments about that than anything else, because that's one way that people learn. Read a page or two of Mark's book or Paula's book, and after a period of time, at the end of the year, you've read the book about 5 times, and it starts to be ingrained. I don't know how many times I read Trading in the Zone. It's in my mind. Of course, I have it on Voice Box. But is that still available on Voice Audio?
On audio? Oh, yeah. We actually had it redone a number of years ago, because the first guy who narrated it was an idiot.
Yeah.
So it was awful. He was awful. So they got a I think we did about 6-7 years ago. We got a new guy, and he actually had traded in his life, so he got the material a lot more than the first narrator. So it's not too bad of a copy. It's not exactly what I'd like, but it's a lot better. A lot better. So
that's good.
You can still get it on audio.
I used mine in the car for many years.
With Mark.
Yeah, well, that was different.
You lived it with Mark hanging out with you in your house. Trading together and then writing. So you lived that book.
Yeah, folks, the day that they got here, August the 16th of 1996, we had a giant monsoon, and I was in the driveway. I was getting ready to go to the airport to pick them up, and I got outside I just dropped you off, and I came back, and I was trying to get back in the house, but there was no electricity. Yeah, there was no electricity, and all of a sudden I hear this lightning bolt, and it hits the tree right in front of my house, about a 60-foot cypress tree. It split it in half, and half of it, like a spear, went into the back side of the house, into the master bedroom, and it was about a 4-inch rain that day, and it filled my house with 3 inches of rain, and it did $50,000 with damage. Fortunately, it was covered in insurance, and so, but anyway, I'll never forget that day. It also happened to be the day that the anniversary of the King, Elvis, that died on the 16th back in 75.
Really?
Listen, I know you're busy. We're going to have you on again soon, so keep us in your prayers, and we'll talk some more next time, okay?
All right. See you soon.
Okay, thanks, PT. Peace. Okay, let's move on here, folks. Catch up with these markets and what they're doing. Hold on, I'll get the program popped up for us so we can all see us. We now have a position on the, we hit our price of 304 in the nice little natural gas. And we're going to take a quick look at that here now, hopefully. And here it is right there. So there's where we are. We got to 304. That was our number. High was 304.10. So there's where we are right now. Your stop is going to be 306. So you're risking $200 on this. Your first profit objective would be down here to 3016, which is $250. So you're risking $100 to make $250 during this program only. What it happens after the program, I have no control, but that's what the odds favor. What they say, Louis Pasteur said, chance favors the prepared mind. Well, we're prepared. You can see here the high is supposed to come in here, the low is there, the price is there, everything's working. So if it works, fine, and if it doesn't work, guess what? We go on and we do the next trade. Okay, we've got another one hopping up right now, but I don't recommend this to anybody. This is not for the faint of heart. Here is the natural gas. There's here is your price level of 382 again for the NASDAQ. You see, we're almost there right now. We could make an ABCD, but we're right knocking on the door right here. So keep an eye on this one. Very, very close, okay? We'll be right back, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, this is Christmas corn, folks. If you think people are going to stop eating corn on the cob during the summer, then don't buy this. But there's December corn, 303. The low was 402 3/4. I said to buy it at 403. Put a stop at 395. You're risking 7 cents to become a farmer. The good part about this, folks, you don't have to own a tractor. You don't have to lease the land. You don't have to buy the feed. You don't have to get the insurance. You don't have to mess with the government. You just buy it at the Chicago Board of Trade, 5,000 bushels, roughly 100 acres of the finest farmland in Indiana, Iowa, Illinois, and Kansas, and you are a farmer. Now, if you want to be a farmer and out of the business, let's say by the end of this conversation, you're out of the conversation. If you bought it at 403, it's trading at 402.5 right now, you would lose $12.50. It's 5,000 bushels, but this is a completed ABCD pattern. You see, there's also the possibility of going all the way down to this level right here. That's why I suggest putting the stop right below there, just in case it gets there. But my goodness, folks, we've been down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10 days down. You don't see 10 days down here or hardly at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This one's a little more than 10. Let's see this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 or 10 days. It's about as low as risk you're going to ever get, in my opinion. But, you know, this only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. And when you're trading commodities, folks, it ain't horseshoes. It's hand grenades. So pay attention to the corn. It looks very, very interesting. Okay, now we got game going here and something that looks interesting, and that's with our natural gas. As you can see now, it's starting to move down. So what you want to do is you want to put your stop at 304. That was your entry point. Put your stop at 304, and we're going to see what it does at that point. Now, we just touched the, let's see if the NASDAQ made a new high here. The high, oh, they don't give me the right numbers on this, 2, 3, 4. Made a higher high by 1 tick here at the 382 on the NASDAQ. We'll take a quick look at that here. Yeah, see, it just made a slightly higher high off of that one. Whether that means anything in the scheme of things, folks, you know, I don't really know. You're almost at your first profit objective. In fact, you just reached your first profit objective here in the natural gas. If you were to have bought it there, you would have made your first $200. So that's consider that a completed trade, so you don't have to yell and scream at me anymore. But you never do, so I'm just teasing, folks, trying to give a little bit of information here that may or may not mean anything in the long run of life. Okay, now when I watch this, folks, this is because I'm watching how markets react, because these people know what these numbers are. By these people, I mean those that work there on Wall Street. Let's see, it doesn't, my diagram up here, it gives me the exact prices, doesn't show up very much, but the number is 232233, and that's what we just hit just a second ago. We're 3 points away from it, but that's it. Now hold on. Someone asked a question, Ty, can you hold long? You can do anything you want. I was just doing this to show you the pattern and recognition. All this is, folks, this is just a cycle that I look at. Everybody could look at it. All you have to do, these markets repeat over and over again. They really do. Let's just do this just for a second. We're going to do this here. We'll go to a different time frame here. We'll do 1 hour. And I haven't looked at an hourly chart in this a long time. Well, you can see there's a lot of ABCDs, right? This market repeats all the time. If you start studying things for repetition, I didn't even look at this from the high to your low here. Look where we were selling it. I didn't even look at that. There's the exact 61% retrace. I was watching the ABCD and the time. How many has it done this before? Look, just take a look at it from there to there. It did it there, right? Did it there. Probably did it back here. Let's get back here. Yeah, here it's beeping now. It's coming down pretty sharply here. It's down $400 now if you wanted to book it there. I'd keep your stop at break even and see if it works. Thank goodness one of these worked. Otherwise, if they don't, I'd have nobody listening to me. But now it's starting to act pretty good. So, well, I would be taking profits in here, folks, for sure. That's a minute. You should have made 2. If you want to make 3, you want to make 10. I don't care about that, but I'm just trying to get you to study this stuff and try to do a few things that might get you to, here's something interesting now. We have a ABCD coming now in NASDAQ, okay? We have already taken out the 382. That means this is an ABCD pattern in a bear market. So we're going to take a look to see where we are right here. And we got up to the S&P here. There's where we are right there. So that means we should get to this level right here. So we're going to, while we're on the air here, we got another 13 minutes. We'll probably make that easily, but that's probably where we go. When it took this out, that means that the S&P, because it's following along, you see, there was its 382, and what it's doing now, it's making its ABCD right here. This is a 13-minute chart, but this is how, whoops, let's get this out of the way here, and we'll get in and see where we are. There's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg right there. And there it is right now. This should be an ABCD, and it's taken about an hour and a half to get there. So that should be a pretty good ABCD if it's going to hold up the way we think it's going to do. Okay. Now remember, they don't always work, but when they do, that's when you want to look at it. Now, we haven't looked at the Dow Jones this morning, and someone's asked me to do that. It had been weaker earlier in the morning, so we'll get this up here, and it's got to be the YM right here. We'll start out with the 30-minute, and we'll see where we are. Yeah, well, it's it's held up relatively well here. There was a move here to clean this out here. Last night's high, you can see, was right at the 50% level the last 2 days. And then today's correction, look at this, folks. You believe in 382s? Watch this. There's your 382, well, it is on the money. Just a minute, right here. There's the exact low, and it's rallied 250 Dow points, just coming off of the 382, showing it that it still has some power here that's acting quite nice, okay? So there's where we're watching here so far today. And let's double check here what we're watching here. We've already covered this. We've already covered this. We've already covered the bonds. And what else we got? The British pound. See anything happen? We're not doing anything in the British pound. So, well, we made a nice profit in it, but I didn't buy that 382. Just, when I watch these things in the middle of the night, I sometimes I keep a limit minders on my computer, and then I have a speaker in our room, and when it hits a price level, the beeper goes off, and I'm a very light sleeper, and one beep usually wakes me up. 2 beeps definitely wakes me up. Sarah doesn't hear it, so I can just come in, I can turn it off quickly, come in and see what we're watching when these prices are hitting certain levels, and then I try to report on it in the middle of the night, usually around 3 or 4 in the morning, then go back to bed for another hour or so, and then around 4:45, I'm up ready to look at what the markets are doing. I don't sit there in front of the machine all day long, folks. I sit there for the first hour or two, the opening price first, and then after that, I decide whether I'm going to keep on trading or not. If I make my quota, I don't. Let's take a little break. We'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is a Treasury bond on the daily. I really believe we're going to get up to this level for 2 reasons. It's the big ABCD, plus you have a 382 retracement right here that will also take you right up to that level. I believe, I don't know when the Fed's going to be out there, but it all measures to right up in this 117 area, what it looks like. Someone asked if I would show what the AI is for the Treasury bonds today. I have not looked at it, but I'll bring it up and we'll see what it says. And this is what the action was today. You see, relatively good. You know, it didn't fit perfectly. Now, what I usually do when I see this is, you can see this is off by a little bit early in the morning, and I see it's going up. All I do is I move this over so that I see if it catches the vibration. You can see it does much better job here that gives you the high. And this is, remember, this is done 2 days ahead of time. So when I see that distance, I move that 20 minutes or whatever it is, that gets to that high level, and that gives me an indication for time. And then all I do is to see what do I look at for a potential for, a trade. And then I go down to the hourly chart and see where the action might be. And you can see there was no action up here. So they went above it and there was nothing there. So your risk at that point was relatively small. Had a big range up, but it stopped dead in its tracks right when the AI thought that was going to happen. And that's all I try to do. And you can do that yourself you can see there's the ABCD to the upside. Actually, it goes far back here if you remember. But anyway, that's what we're paying attention to here today. These are some of the things that I cover when I do the live trading between 9 and 12, the first, second, and fourth Friday of every month. This Friday is going to be very special. I'm looking forward to it for two reasons. One, we got a monster full moon coming up, folks. It's one of those really great moves in the summertime move, planning moon, I think it's what it's called. And it'll be, it's not a planning move. I don't remember what the actual name of it is, but it's going to be real interesting. The NASDAQ just hit the ABCD level, folks, right there at 22248. We'll be right back tomorrow.
Steve Rhodes